Alright, I'm on a little late. It's like 10 o'clock. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream, but I did want to play at least a little Umineko tonight. Because last time we were playing, well, we as in the royal we, uh, my computer I got really laggy. Right in the middle of like a crucial dialogue scene, as it was revealed that Furudo Erika has decapitated multiple, at least has decapitated 6 people. And nobody ever fought back or anything. They just played dead while she, like, sawed their heads off, whatever. I guess that's just what she's up to. So we'll see how long I go. I'm not sure. I kind of just, like, I don't plan anything. I'm just here. And I'm just kind of want to chill out. Elsewise, I just was, like, super busy working today. Uh... Hmm. We're chilling. Elsewise, where was I? Oh gosh. Alright, well, boom. Oh, I made 2 saves? Oh, that's awful. Oh my gosh. Hi, Beatrice. I was not expecting that. I also have pizza. I made an oven pizza, which is a very frequent food of mine. But I do have to go get a drink before I come back, because I need to get some more beer. So give me a second. So I can chill. I'm back in the Umineko mines. I'm mining out pure gems. We got some Beatrice. No, Battler, I don't think you should calm yourself. I think you should. It's okay to be really upset about this, actually. I say, putting on my chapstick. Battler-san, please calm yourself. Oh shit, I just clicked off. God damn it. Now's the time to hold back your tears and fight. Even if you've lost 5 pieces, who can save you? There's still 11 people in the guest house. You're right. Hi, Eric. Welcome. You made it just in time, even though I started late. I did hear a little voice acting. I had it on for like 30 seconds. You're right. Kraus, Hideyoshi, Rudolph, George, Jessica, Shannon, Cannon. I did, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I did. It's hard to remember, it was yesterday, but I'm pretty sure I did. I think I was a little too busy malding, because I got to this point, and that's when I think you let me know. This feels very loud right now. Genji, Goda, Kumasawa, Nanjo. It doesn't matter who, as long as someone comes here. Somebody help! Okay, I'll turn it on. Wow. That's fucking outstanding. Oh wait, why the fuck is my shit off? Hold up. There we go. I had to recenter my shit. Ew! She's so gross. Gertrude. Okay. She's so insane. She's so fucking crazy. I don't think I've heard Gertrude and Cornelia's voices yet. Okay. Wattler Schwan. It's so crazy. I hate her. I spent all day thinking about how much I freaking hate Furudo Erika. Oh my god. Erika, who was now so excited that her pronunciation was trembling or tumbling all over the place, pointed at 2 doors. It was the hallway on the 2nd floor of the guest house. They were in front of the cousin room in the next room over. Exactly, like she's so fucking disgusting. I want to see how Battler gets out of this so bad. Like, if I hadn't ended on a cliffhanger last night, I just would not have streamed tonight, but I'm like, fuck, I have to see how this shit ends. Yeah. Gartarudo. I love how she says those. So there's gonna have to be a way where either somebody has to like Winchester theory themselves out of the fucking one of these 2 rooms. Ew. No more, actually, please. Ew. This is just so freaking masturbatory from her. It's so freaking disgusting how much she... Ew, my god, ugh. She's such a freaking pseudo-intellectual. I freaking hate her so much. I knew... Oh my god, I can't believe he freaking did this. I mean, I felt bad for her too. I thought she was gonna get sent to oblivion, to rot in hell for all eternity. Ugh, yeah.
そしてどうぞお茶の間のテレビの前の皆さんもご覧ください。双方の部屋の扉、ガムテープの封印をどうぞご覧ください。
Oh my god.
さあ、そのどちらもどうですか？
This has to be like the final boss of like anime women.
破れてますか？破れてませんか？
Isn't it kind of fucked up that they all have to share a restroom, like 6 people to a room? Because I feel like now would be the time for Nanjo to have to take a huge shit and like have to use a different restroom so he can break the seal. Come on, Nanjo.
さあ、高らかに赤き真実でお願いします。
Come on, Nanjo. We need you to have to shit right now. And not in this freaking cousin room bathroom. Because everybody's gonna think it's so nasty if you shit in there, Nanjo. We need you to shit in the fucking any other bathroom. Please, just fucking unlock the door and go. If you die, you're dead, Nanjo. We don't give a fuck. You're like the least relevant fucking character in the game.
金慶、謹んで申し上げる。どちらも破られていないものと知りたまえ。
Shut the fuck up, you two. I don't like you two anymore. Even though these two characters literally just represent the packing tape.
破られていない封印とはすなわち、未だ何者の出入りも拒みたることの証と知りたまえ。
Oh god, how is he gonna do this?
封印を破らずしての出入り、改めて言うに及ばず、不可能と知りたてますれ。 グッドです。
Oh god. Scene over. We got to see Erica's greatest freaking crash out of all time.
Good. Battler, it is as you see. There no longer exists anyone who can save you.
The victims of the first Twilight have all been killed, and the guest house is still sealed. No one can come to the rescue. Erica had guessed that this moment might come so long ago. And that was why she had made the strategic move of suddenly sealing the... Isn't it so freaking upsetting how the only reason why she got away with this bullshit is because Battler was just pitying her? Like, she gets spoon-fed all this stupid bullshit that she gets to use to, like, get one over people, but she never does any of the actual fucking thinking or heavy lifting herself. It's literally being spoon-fed to her by Burn, by fucking Lambda, by fucking Battler. It's so bullshit. I'm so fucking done with her. She's literally just getting spoon-fed all this freaking free investigation shit. This is shit I've spent 200 fucking hours breakingly making up my shitty theories. Yeah. She's not a good detective. And that was why she had made the strategic move of suddenly sealing those 2 rooms. This answered the doubts Cornelia had felt at the time. Wondering why the human side player wouldn't want as many free humans as possible was a natural, simple reaction to that move. That's true. However, if you sealed up all humans, there would be no room for magic to intervene. Why is magic magic? Because the people who see it, say that it's magic. Then, is it possible for magic to exist in a place with no people? Does the lack of anti-magic toxin mean that there's no problem? Wrong. Magic in a place that isn't being witnessed is no different from a delusion, a daydream. Magic that matches a result must be carried out by human hands. If all humans are sealed off, then magic cannot be created. This was Erica's strategy for this game, and her beautiful checkmate. Well now, who's going to come save you? Please tell me the identity of the real person who switched places with you, remained in the guest room in your place, and set the chain lock from the inside. If they even exist. Okay, Battler, your logic has been interrupted. Who could come to save you? Beatrice! Come on, Beatrice! You are now in the middle of a logic error. Wait, I'm still thinking. Battler, you have two options in one duty. The first option is to build a new thread of logic to reconstruct your closed room trick. The second is to come clean and admit your logic error. And you're obligated to choose one of these options. It is merciful. There's no restriction on the amount of time you have to make that choice. That's right. Your time is endless. I'm sure there's still some way. Some twisted logic that can get you out of this. Anyway, I'm sure there's still some way. Thinking about it. What about you, Beato? Let me know if you find anything. I'm sure the old Beato could have managed... No, that's such a stupid thing to say. Stop doing that to her. Stop comparing her to the old one. She built up several closed rooms like this. No, she didn't. This is so much fucking worse, Battler. Beato... What is this face, Beato? Okay. Beato felt awful. Why was she Beato and yet not? Surely, the old her would have thought of a trick under these restrictions. If only she could do that, she could guide Battler to victory. But she couldn't do it as her current self. Yeah, I'm sure you'll think of a good trick. Eventually. Surely. Probably. Maybe. Pretty sure it's impossible, though. Show them, Battler. Let's go back to the guest room. Now on, that will be your world. Once again, they returned to the slightly chilly guest room. It was the same as before, of course, but it felt as though unsettling darkness had crept in. Here's the room you'll spend your days in. You just need to escape from this room. But okay, that was Battler at the beginning of this episode. Okay. You need to escape from this room by any means you want. However, there are conditions. As I believe you know, these were all things you forced on yourself. First, this room is a closed room created from the inside. The seals on the window are intact, so there can be no escape from there. Of course, there is no way to escape by leaving the bathroom. I'll make it simple. There is no exit to escape from except for this door. However, the chain lock on this door is set. You can unset and reset it all you want, but you can only do so from the inside. Furthermore, you are free to go out through the door, but you cannot leave or escape while the chain lock is unset. You have to show that you can escape from this room with the chain lock still can... But he couldn't possibly. Alright, Battler, this is like the Winchester theory. Only time ever it's gonna happen is gonna be now. If it doesn't happen now, the theory dies forever. He couldn't possibly do it. He made this closed room himself. We've arranged for just one other exit. One's in the bathroom. My merciful master has given you a last way out. If you fail to think of any trick to escape, please listen up. Berncastle guided Battler to the bathroom. It was just a normal bathroom. The setup that had surprised Erica to buy time was no longer working. However, the bundle of wire and the nippers that had been used to prepare that trap still lay in the empty bathtub. Are you saying that I can use these to escape? Yes. Please feel free. It's a present. However, no matter what you use, you can't lock the room from the outside, and you can't snip the lock either. You can't fool the seals either, okay? These tools aren't here to help you pull some trick with the chain lock. They're here to let you escape from this room in a more direct. How am I supposed to use these? Not bad, Burn. I see that your mind's as grotesque as ever. Battler? There is an exit that leads directly outside from this bathroom. Can you find it? You don't mean... Did you figure it out, Beato? Please tell me. Impossible! Please, where is it? Tell me! We can't let the game end like this. There. Huh? Where? Under the... tub? Can't you see it? There's a round hole that leads straight out of this room.
It's a bit small, though.
You people. You people! It's the drain. Right there, at the bottom of the bathtub. You can get out through there without touching the chain. But your body is a bit too big to get through this exit. That's why I decided to lend you those tools there. You can escape the drain? How? She couldn't mean using the nippers for 100 years to widen that hole, right? Battler and Beato had already realized. They had figured out this demonic way out the demons were proposing. Just use those nippers and cut your body down to the size that can fit. Might as well sit back in the tub under a hot shower. As you start from your feet going up, chip, then wash. Chip, then wash. Just keep doing that, and what do you know? You've suddenly managed to escape from the closed room. Oh, what do you know is right, my master? Looks like both siblings are gonna end up at the same way. Both siblings. Oh god, I think she's referring to Angie. Fuck you, Burn. I hate you, Burn. But bad. At that rate, just the handhold and the nippers will be left. That's why we have the wire. Beforehand, Battler will have to wrap the wire around his wrist and stretch the other end out into the corridor through the crack in the door. You should be able to fit just a wrist through the crack left by the chain lock. She is. I used to think she was, like, when I first met her, I thought she was chill and that she just wanted to help Battler out. Because it would be fun to mess with Beatrice. But it seems like she's more interested with messing with everybody. If you're willing to do that, I'd be happy to pull that wire from the hallway and save you. My master, if you do that, I want it. Yeah, not at all, apparently. Battler's wrist. And what would you use that for? But no, I've already decided to use it as a back scratcher. When the time comes, I'll scratch your back with it. What do you say? Yes, my master. Master's gonna scratch my back with Battler's hand. Oh god, what was that for a second? Finding them annoying, irritating, obnoxious. Don't worry, they'll get quiet really soon. All noise to disturb your thoughts will now disappear for all eternity until you can escape this room. That's a relief. I'll be glad of it quiet. Here's some advice from a survivor of hell. Enjoy this noise when you can. Even the annoying insults you hear now will bring you fond memories to preserve your sanity amidst the eternal silence. Do you hate Vernon, Erica? Then that's their parting gift. So you give up, as long as you have hatred, you'll be able to avoid giving up. Giving up has a completely different meaning here, okay? Prepare yourself while you can for the eternity of the hell you'll be in when you've given up, but still cannot escape. Did you just call yourself a survivor? And you also... You know, every once in a while, the terror comes back to me. I wonder whether I really have escaped that hell. What if I actually lost my mind a long time ago, and I'm still there, just seeing a delusion of all of us chatting happily like this? That nightmare still terrifies me. And so I need to constantly feel, truly feel, that this isn't a dream. Hey, are you guys really real? You aren't just an insane delusion I'm having inside that hell, right? 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 There was something in Land of Delta's pleading expression that sent shivers down the spine. It was probably more terrifying than any threatening words she could have used with even the most vile expression on her face. It's time for Battler to realize a logic error isn't so sympathetic that you can just stick out your tongue, ask for forgiveness, and say you'll be more careful next time. It is never worth risking one by leaving things up to chance, even if you feel that you can't back down at this point in the fight. It's time for him to face reality and learn the true risks and terrors implied by the words betting one's life on a fight. Which must sound so exciting for a man. Battler-san, get a hold of yourself. I'll think deeply upon it as well. I'll think of a trick to escape this room with all I've got. Alright, Beatrice Sakutaro. I will come to save you. Beato. Ugh. I'll definitely think of something. Just watch. Well, regretfully, it's time for us to leave. We mustn't get in the way of his job any longer. See you later, Battler-san. Oh, or, like you'd say it, see you again. Right? Have a nice day. Fuck you. Hate you. Later, Battler. Good luck. Battler-san, don't give up. I'll certainly think of a trick. I'll think as well. I'll come to save you. Yep. Isn't it interesting that Battler has to be rescued by a woman again, just like how Angie rescued him earlier? Back at the end of episode 3. Beato. Before he could finish saying Beato's name, they had all disappeared. They hadn't disappeared in a golden spray or turned into butterflies and flown away, just as though there had never been anyone in this room. Yeah, women are greater than men. From the beginning, since the beginning. Everyone but him had vanished in an instant. Nothing remained. Not their voices, their presence, their warmth, nor even the faint perfume Beato had worn. The frigid air of the room was wrapped only in the lonely sound of the wind and rain. With that overpowering feeling of isolation, I finally began to realize how horrible a punishment this would be. Damn those bastards. It can't be hard to get out of a room like this. I mean, rooms are made so that people can go in and out of them, right? If they can't do that, you wouldn't call it a room. How pointless. It's easy to undo the lock and chain from the inside. Damn it. For some reason, I've always been clumsy, and undoing chain locks always gives me trouble. Oh, it's off. How pointless. Look, I can already open the door whenever I want. Hey, what's this cold feeling on my neck? What the hell is this? Why is there suddenly this iron collar around my neck that's attached to the chain? Damn it, who would do something like that? When I reset the chain lock, it disappears. Oh, this is dead angle. Yeah, you were right yesterday. Every time we get crazy reveals, it's during this sound or this song. Like, I feel like every badass Kairi scene starts with this song. And when I take it off, it appears. The chain's pretty long, so I can make it pretty far out into the hallway. But it won't let go of the door. Oh, okay. But it won't let go of the door. Then if I close the door, stand on the outside and stick my hand through the crack, maybe I can figure out how to set the chain. Why have I always been so clumsy? I'm not really clumsy, it's just me and chain locks don't go well together. Damn it, I hate chain locks. I hate chains. Why won't it work? Why can't I set the chain lock from the outside? Why is Battler showing this to me? Damn it, damn it, damn it! Phew! Track change? Battler-san! Battler-san! Hang in there, hang in there! I can't get out. Beato called out to Battler repeatedly, shaking his shoulders hard, but by now Battler's eyes were blank. The words didn't reach him. Berncastle and Erica had already left. The game was officially suspended until Battler could think of a new trick. But it was doubtful that it would be resumed even after 1,000 years or more. Okay, I'm heading off too. Well, so long, you two. There's no need to say so long. We'll think of a trick right away, and the game will resume. It won't take up your time. So stay here a little while longer, please. Nope, I'm out. Peace. AFG. Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen. We've heard those Shay words from many witches in the past. And I've heard of hardly any who've actually managed to resume their games. As far as I know, the only two are me and Burn. Why would a person who knows all about that hell throw another person into it? Just because you're bored. Is that all? Yeah, that's all. It's to escape from boredom. Because when we get bored, we remember. We remember that hell. And, you know, by throwing someone else down into that hell, we realize that, oh, we're the ones on the throwing side. And that means we aren't in that hell ourselves. If we don't keep on doing that, then the fear of that hell will overwhelm us. If you two manage to get out of it, then he certainly will. I will save him. I can say it with certainty. Oh, certainty, you say? With certainty. You swear with certainty before me. Lambda Delta, the witch of certainty. Yes, with certainty. Oh, very well. Well, I was the guardian for the former you anyway. Though the current you is different. I'll take care of you just one last time, because I'm feeling sweet as candy. Give you a parting gift. And what is that? Hope. As long as you hold on to your certainty, your wishes will definitely come true. Are you listening? The old you was the endless witch Beatrice. You used to love detective novels that depicted impossible crimes. You used to use those to make the claim that a witch existed, to make many people believe in magic. This is a Nanjo Beatrice theory, because we do know Nanjo likes mysteries. As one stage on your path to becoming a witch. Detective novels? That's right. The old you was an avid reader. You loved detective novels, loved closed room murders, and now were a super expert on impossible crimes. You searched for and found several closed room tricks, found the single most basic element of all of them, and used that to form the core of your magical compendium. Didn't Battler tell you? He said that the old you would definitely have thought of a way out of this predicament. I agree with that. I guarantee it, by the name of the witch of certainty, Lambda Delta, the old you would definitely have resolved this closed room trick. That's my parting gift to you. Goodbye. You've sworn to the witch of certainty that you'll act with certainty. So I won't say farewell. I'll see you again soon. Toodles. Yes, we'll see you again soon. Toodles. Lambda Delta vanished into thin air. Then, in the smoking room of the witch, I love Lambda. She's a real one. I think she's in it for the fun. I never get tired of Lambda. I love how transgressive they've really been with that theme of certainty and miracles of Lambda Delta and Burn, because the more it's played out, the more things have switched. And the way how Burn has become more about that certainty, that needing that proof. In Lambda has become more about the idea of a miracle. Oh, I know you'll break out of here. I know I'll see you again. I'm gonna give you some hope. Hope for a miracle, you know? I think it's super interesting. I think Burn and Lambda are super interesting characters. They're so freaking devilish. Then, in the smoking room with the witch, the two who held the title of Endless Witch were left behind. One had empty eyes. The other supported the first by his side. Okay, that'll be important. Ironically, it was the exact opposite. Of how their relationship had been in the previous games. This game is so fucking good. Umineko no Naku Koro ni Chiru, Nocturne of Truth and Illusions. Take a shot every time I say that. Maybe a Christmas Eve stream tomorrow, by the way, we'll see. Probably not. 50-50 chance.
Ah, Zepar! What's this important announcement?
I think that's a fair analysis of it. Yeah. Seeing hope as a method to achieve certainty is definitely, I think, a possibility with her. Yeah.
What's this important announcement? Listen, Furfur. Our image song is getting released on CD.
Liar. Liar.
Yeah, it's a lie. We were just so bored of showing up the same way every time. We thought we'd change our style a bit.
Yeah, I think they're ridiculous. I think they're funny. They're so performative. They are just like fucking around the whole time. I have no clue what these two characters even mean. Yeah, another duality, by the way. I think like that notion of like duality is like one of the most important like Umineko things that I like pick out a lot. Like that's the theme I really see repeated a lot. And that ties into a lot of the ideas of like, oh, is it magic or is it real? Well, there's a duality to it, you know? And I feel like that is kind of why the duality is so important, because it kind of... Yeah, you're right. This game does have a lot of themes, and I think it executes so many of them so well.
We thought we'd change our style. We're entertainers, and the stage is alive. You've got to ad-lib every now and then.
I do ad-lib. I kind of have been ad-libbing a little more recently when I read. Just for the funsies of it. Yeah, we could have done without that, damn it. Thanks for helping to clear the tension, you two. Sorry, but we're still talking about what to do for the second trial. We'd like a little more time. And if possible, some quiet.
Sorry, George-kun. Actually, we have a truly important announcement regarding the second trial. It's good news for some. Is it bad news for others? Those for which it's bad news have probably already figured it out. This is really shit news for Beatrice Battler.
I love when they switch places. I think that's so cute.
If you don't know what we're talking about, then it's good news for you.
Beatrice-sama. It's nothing. 5 people were there. Only Battler was missing. Bayato's expression was dark and she kept hanging her head. Everyone realized something must have happened to Battler.
We'd like to announce that Battler-kun has retired before the second trial.
Everyone murmured. Just what had happened?
The witch's game will wait forever for him. But a pair of lovers cannot wait forever. Love is like ice cream. It's sweet and creamy, but if you don't eat it quickly, you'll lose it.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Our game isn't so gracious that it'll wait for him to return.
So, that's what you meant by good news. Well, I'm glad that we have fewer rivals now, but my cousin's like rotting in hell for all eternity. But if you think I'll applaud someone else's misfortune, you don't know me at all. Battler-kun, the one we thought of as our greatest enemy. I won't ask why. If the demons in charge say so, that's how it is. Then what happened to Beatrice-sama? It seems I will no longer be qualified to participate in this trial.
After all, this is a trial to test the bonds between lovers.
Doesn't Battler need to realize that whenever... Isn't the only way out of this is just for him to realize that whenever he confirmed and read that everybody was in the cousin room who wasn't in the adjacent room, and that's his way out? Isn't that his way out? Like, that's his technicality. He needs to expose the logic error that kind of exists, because it applies for Erika's side too. Battler can't be in this room if it's been acknowledged that in the Red Truth that everybody who wasn't in the cousin room, or who wasn't adjacent to the cousin room, is in the cousin room.
After all, this is a trial to test the bonds between lovers. Battler-kun isn't currently capable of doing that, so his pair is disqualified. How truly saddening. However, she is one of the participants in this 3-way trial of love. So I think we should let her watch the trial as an observer. A splendid idea.
Also interesting that Beatrice is being referred to as an observer here when we already have somebody who's been referred to as Beatrice before, Angie, who has been observing the whole time.
A splendid idea. She does have the right to bless the pair that does overcome the trial.
Are you okay with that? Yes. I want to watch until the end, and I still believe he will come back quickly, regain his qualifications to join in, and continue this trial with me once again. But he never came back. Battler, you need to come running in on a white horse right now. You need to be astride a white horse, Battler. That is the only way you can come back. And that'll be really, really bad for me, by the way. I think she has the right to be an observer. No objections here. There's no need for us to be cruel. But even so, we've lost a powerful rival. Sorry to you two, but I'd like to settle this trial right away.
Ah, that's George-kun for you. I'm rooting for you the most on the inside. The coldness with which he furnishes his love makes its heat stand out all the more.
At any rate, we've now gone from 3 down to 2, and the 3-way deadlock has been resolved. We weren't able to fight proactively because we were afraid of a 1-on-2 situation, 1 against 2 situation. Now that it's 1 against 1, just a good, clean duel. What is up with this reoccurring motif of, like, Jessica and George fighting each other? Also, if Jessica is Beatrice, then what does this mean? So in the end, we come to this simple conclusion that we should have just done this from the start. The 4 people stood up as though responding to some invisible summons and faced each other, glaring. Only Beato was off to the side, watching the course of the young lovers fight in suspense. Each pair of lovers possessed an unbreakably strong bond. Then, isn't that enough? Their love is already real. There's no need to test it. So, why must they fight? The winners will be bound together by a magical miracle, and the defeated will fall apart. Why have the demons promised us that we'll fall apart without a magical miracle? Why indeed? Could you imagine if Jessica, not Shannon, could you imagine if Shannon and Cannon just, like, aren't real? I mean, that's impossible, but still. But that's the reason why their furniture is because they're all fucking made up. And they just exist in a couple people's heads. That would be fucking crazy. Why is a demon's game like this necessary? I don't understand. No, these people aren't important right now. I have to think of a trick for escaping as soon as possible, so that I can save Battler from that closed room. Alright, hi Beatrice. I heard about Battler. It seems things have gotten quite troublesome. One-sama, I would like to save you, both, as my dear sister and as a part of my full self. I will tackle the puzzle of Battler's closed room in my own way, but it is difficult. It feels almost as though an ordinary chain has been made to look like a wire puzzle. I heard from Lambda Delta-san. She said that the old Beatrice would definitely be able to solve this with a trick. Don't you have any ideas? That old Beatrice is our completed form after we become one. This is so fucking duality coded. Two become one. You could tell I was fucking thinking about it, Eric. God damn. Okay. And this is the whole thing with the game. These two are playing, and you're right, the thinking music is playing. Even I am not but a part of her. Somebody has a conjoined twin, which has been completing all the murders. From here on, we go closer and closer to the truth. Ooh. Cannot solve it. In other words, no matter how much we think in our incomplete forms, we won't be able to understand. Put your heads together and fucking think. Both the older and younger sister have no way of solving this riddle. Beato shook her head, chasing that thought from her mind. Like a little bit. I won't give up. That closed room rapidly eats away at the heart. Unless I can save Battler-san as soon as possible, his heart will be crushed. Of course, I have no reservations towards lending my own wisdom. However, even I cannot make anything out of this closed room. If we put our heads together, oh wow. I wonder if I predicted that line. I'm sure we'll find the same answer that we would if we were joined. Please don't give up and lend me your wisdom. I still can't understand why you are willing to go so far for Battler. But I shall do as you ask. After all, it is a request made by myself. I will add my wisdom to yours.
Look, Furfur, the two Beatos are thinking together. I wonder if those two can really save Battler. Oh, they can. If they have the miracle of love, that is. That's right, Zepar. They certainly can do it if they have the miracle of love on their side.
They're gonna need a fucking miracle.
Hey, Furfur. Do you think they'll realize that we're giving them a hint for solving that closed room?
What? The two Beatos huddled together. I don't think I could solve this. I mean, I think I had some ideas earlier. Umineko! Zhao Hong Shu! On the precipice. Okay. The two Beatos huddled together, and straining their minds with all they had, they searched for a plan to save Battler. It was as though they couldn't even see the four people glaring at each other and solemnly discussing the manner of the duel.
We don't give a fuck about stupid pedophile-ass George and his child bride, or Jessica. One of two, probably the most likely person to be Beatrice. They'll realize if they have love, they certainly will.
They were the demons of love. Love is the single element, the source of all miracles. Could a miracle of love provide an answer for a closed room trick? I feel like the answer is yes. That was a long spin. God damn. There it is again. Without love, it cannot be seen. I get how that catchphrase works as an abstract concept. But closed room tricks are part of a genuine, ruthless mathematical puzzle without room for a fragment of affection within it. Just what kind of hint could these demons be talking about? Fuck you, Featherine! Fuck you with always fucking knowing the answer. If you're so fucking good at this shit and you're always fucking figuring this shit out, then why the hell are you just watching it? Come on, let me in on your secret. I gotta stretch. I fucking busted my ass today at work. I already have a certain answer. What these demons have said supports that even further. Yeah, okay, you're incredible. You always know the right answer. You'll never tell me any of it. Going by the rule of observers, until you tell me about it, it's possible that you're just pretending that you know and it's possible that you're just pretending that you know and lying. Okay. Yes, I believe I do prefer a bad-mouthed Miko. Very well, child of man. To me, a Miko's sarcasm and abuse is like a ceremonial dance in my honor. You really are an irritating master. Stupid Oni-chan. Why'd you make a closed room like that yourself? Think, child of man. Thinking is not only a job for the characters within the tale. As a reader, you too have the right to enjoy thinking. And I enjoy watching it, you as you do. Yes, we're back to the dynamic where my viewers are Featherine and I'm Angie trying to figure out all this stupid shit. I'm willing to make a bet. Your last Miko ran out of patience and ran away from you, didn't she? You are free to enjoy yourself by scolding me. You are also free to worry over the problem, along with the two Beatos. I remember like Sid Salander asking me like a lot early on, like episode 1, 2, like, oh, do you think this is all magic or do you think this is all real? And I was like, yeah, this is fucking obviously fucking, this shit's fake as fuck. I was fucking like trying to be like, this shit can all be explained. Very fucking funny. But now I know. I'm wizened, and I know that it was magic that did it. Love did them in. Very Disco Elysium. You are also free not to worry over the problem. You are also free to worry over the problem, along with the two Beatos. Unless you think the tale will not continue. Fucking bet I can just keep clicking left click. Why? I'm a reader, right? I just stay quiet and fuck, I'm literally her! Really? That's fucking hilarious. I think that was the coolest fucking shonen battle this whole fucking game. Because to me, where I was at, I think at that point, which I believe was episode 3, where I was, it was like, for me, it all felt allegorical. And I remember one of the early theories I had. Ooh, that was a good. One of my early theories that I had, let me see if I can find it. Oh, wait, you have tea and cookies? What the fuck? Nice, you have Christmas cookies. Hell yeah. Let me check my docs. I had some really interesting theories. I think it was on my episode, no, maybe episode 3. No, where'd I type out that theory? Oh god. Where was that fucking theory? I thought it was... I thought the ends of the episodes would correspond to, like, the Twilights for a while. Because I always thought it was super weird how they're described as Twilights, which is like a time of day. A massive timeline. I mean, my notes aren't that crazy. They're actually pretty short. I think my biggest theory, like, dump was the rib theory shit. Yeah, it definitely was. Oh, we've demagicked. No. I want you to think. Ay, ay, ay. I want you to think. I want you, the reader, me, Pier, to think too. I see. You're a pretty unpleasant author, aren't you? Wanting me to do that thinking thing. Of course, Angie hadn't reached the end of the manuscript she was reading. However, it would end with just a few pages more. Oh? We approach the answer? What about the rest of the tale? It should continue much further than this. There should be many more pages remaining. Those were inside a different brown envelope, which was in Hachijo's hand. With a grin on her face, Hachijo waved the thick brown envelope about. If you want to read more, do what I tell you.
Cool. Looks like she got you, lady.
Letting you read only so far for free, and then stopping when it finally gets to the good part. Amakusa couldn't stop laughing at this evil business practice. Well, you see, Angie, I'm gonna need your credit card if you want to continue playing this game. That'll be $19.99. Your own views and reasoning. That's what I want. If you tell me those now, I'll hand over the rest of the manuscript. Yeah, get the fucking battle pass. And I'll get you the Battler cape skin. Quit mocking me. You think I'll just do whatever you say after something like this?
Come on now, lady, calm down. I want to read on too, so please just chill a bit.
About the rest of the manuscript, Madam Hachijo. You write about the answer to the closed room trick and the truth behind a bunch of riddles, right? Of course. However, I've written it so that those who fail to think or consider won't understand. How could... You just can't play Umineko without fucking thinking, though. Even a little bit. How? This game is like... Literally, this game, like, hits you with the themes over and over again. It's like a constant freaking assault of themes. Someday your passionate readers are going to say you betrayed them. I understand that, which is why I don't go out in the open. Like, literally the game is begging you right now to just fucking think about it. Child of man. Anyway, this is what Madame Chijo is trying to say. First, tell me your answer. Afterwards, you can check to see if it's right. Correct, young man. It is not my intention to be mean. I ask this because I want you to truly understand the tale's conclusion. That's great. You're really enjoying this, aren't you, Amakusa? Yeah, come to think of it, you always take those TV quiz shows totally seriously, trying to win them from your couch. What can I say? I love Wheel of Fortune. I love the sound that wheel makes when you spin it. I guess life's many times more fun for you than it is for me. I have PTSD. I served the French Florent Legion. Come, please think. What miraculous trick could get Battler out of that closed room? I want to give the rest of the story especially to those. No, only to those who have fought. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That's fucking a cool theory. He gets to, like, be an explorer and, like, fight wars and shit and just, like, be not fucked up by it at all, and he just gets to, like, do cool shit and shoot guns. He's actually rather free compared to her. Angie's a passenger princess. In the Witch's Cathedral. No, considering everything that's gone on in here, maybe it should be called a demon's abode. Erica, who wanted to savor the memory of her perfect victory, stood with the whole vast cathedral to herself as the flush slowly left her cheeks. Then, though she thought herself alone on that balcony, she saw a shadow. It was Lambda Delta. Shop bitches! Oh, it's you, Lady Lambda Delta. It's not often one finds you alone in a place like this. Oh, it's you. Congratulations on your big victory. That's strange. I think I remember saying the same thing to you right here at the end of the last game. That wasn't exactly a compliment. No shit. However, Erica was in such a good mood that even those words sounded like one. Oh, I happened to hear what you said a short while back. What? I have heard that you have also had the experience of being toyed with as a piece on some great witch's game board, then sealed away in some awful hell. Fuck! We're not stream booing here! Get the fuck out of here! Stream boo! Umineko! Stream boo! Erica had a crude, triumphant look on her face, as though she'd managed to pry into some embarrassing memory from the other's past. However, Lambda Delta didn't look in the least bit flustered, and instead gazed down into the balcony in silence. I have. I wonder how many years I was shut up in there. Maybe I should have counted them like Burn. No, it's probably best that I didn't. Counting the years is... That's what made Burn break. Are you saying that my master also fell into the hell of a logic error at some point? Yeah, like, I'm streaming Umineko. I'm not here so I can get, like, my, 5,000 viewers. I'm here so I can just figure out this fucking game and have fun while I do it. I will not be streaming Marvel Rivals. Even though my penny is fucking good as fuck. It's fantastic. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Marvel Rivals is goofy because I feel like it's just like the same. We're here to think. I mean, yeah, I grew up with Overwatch. I say grew up, it came out when I was like 15. I don't know, there was something about magical about Overwatch when it came out. I feel like Marvel Rivals fights are just like non-stop healing and they last forever and it's just like ugh. I feel like there's a lot more room for punishment in Overwatch, but I don't know. I play League more than either of those. Are you saying that my master also fell into the hell of a logic error at some point? Oh, she did. Though she wasn't the one responsible for that logic error. I love Deadlock actually. I play Deadlock too. I play Abrams and Victor. That's it. But the new Deadlock update is kind of meh. The real deep pull is I used to play a MOBA back in like 2012 called Awesome Knots, and I was really fucking good at it. Like I was top like 1% of Awesome Knots players. Back in fucking 2013. But I'm like the type of guy who always plays tanks. Like, that's my shit. I don't think I've played a mainline Pokemon game since Pearl. I think that was like 2008 or 9. Oh, wow. She did. Oh, wait, I already read this. Because she wasn't the game master? $60 for a fucking Pokemon game is wild. That shit used to just be on the fucking Game Boy Advanced, and you'd buy that shit for like 30. That's right. At that time, she was still a small piece that wasn't even self-aware yet. It was her master, the game master, who committed the logic error. So Burn used to be a piece? Burn is a piece who gained sentience? This does feel very rib theory. My master was also a witch's piece? Yes. That kid's master is another bad one. This is all fantasy nonsense and it is heresy. Please disregard. Though, she created the game herself. Partway through, she lost sight of what her goal was.
This message is sponsored by Vlador.
Okay. She ended up creating something like a broken game of backgammon, where the start and goal were connected like a donut. I love donuts. What do you mean she lost sight of her goal? Well, I'm talking about a logic error. In her backgammon game, she was unable to draw up a line of logic describing how to reach the goal she desired. So the game remained broken with no goal at all. In that case, she should have quieted down and thought of an answer herself. Instead, she despicably left even the thinking entirely to her peace burn. Have you heard of an infinite monkey theorem? Yeah, I have. It's a theory, no an absurdity, arguing that if a monkey hits random letters on a typewriter for an infinite amount of time, they'll start writing Shakespeare. He'll probably end up the exact same set of letters as Hamlet by coincidence, sooner or later. Wouldn't that be a horrible hell? Byrne was forced to type randomly on a typewriter for an eternal period of time, without even knowing the meaning of what she was doing. The game master was trying to get Byrne to create a goal that this game master hadn't even thought of. Could Erica even imagine how horrible a hell that would have been? A job you would have to do 100 times. A job with a 1/100th chance of success that you would have to keep doing repeatedly. Okay, I think it's a little worse than 1/100th. Whoa, that is a word. Holy smokes, I'm not going to read that right. Probabilistically, we got it, Pier. They may look very similar, but the difference in cruelty between them is great. When you have to do a job 100 times, you steadily approach the end. You get more efficient as you become more used to it. And it eventually does end. However, a job that succeeds with a 1/100th probability doesn't reflect the hard work of the individual in the slightest. Everything is left to luck. In the worst case scenario, even the task of flipping a coin until you get heads can last more than 100 years. They could never write Disco Elysium. They could not anticipate the ending of Disco Elysium. In the 3 craziest dialogue scenes in video game history, back to back to back. My Disco Elysium stream in 2026 is gonna be fucking nuts, by the way. I'm gonna do some shit I've never done before. In the worst case scenario, even the task of... Okay, already did that. How many keys are there on a typewriter? I don't know. About 100, maybe. What? Oh, a Japanese keyboard. Okay. Or a Japanese typewriter. What do you think the odds are on hitting those at random and getting Hamlet? I can't even imagine. It must be unbelievably small. That's right. It's not really any different from an endless span of time. For that dizzying sort of time, that child was forced to keep pounding on that typewriter until she typed out a miracle. That's why she's the Witch of Miracles? If she hadn't been a witch... No, if she hadn't been capable of becoming a witch, she would probably still be a black cat strapped to that typewriter for eternity. That child was blessed by a miracle, succeeded in typing out a miracle, became a witch, and returned from that hell alive. That hell was so long and harsh that her mind was completely broken. She's fucking crazy. That's why she became such a mean and heartless witch. Even you would dislike your master if given the choice, right? That's not true. I'm honored to be my master's piece. My master is a powerful prosecutor. Trampling over the weak is her natural right. Because she's a human on the bully side of life? Do you know how to create a great bully? What? No. It's easy. Bully them horribly, even if it's just for a short time. Then suddenly stop and give them power. If you do that, then no matter who it is, they'll be reborn as a mighty bully. Even if you only bully them for about 3 days. You'll get them to believe that they're still a bully kid for 100 million times longer than that, and they'll reign as the mightiest of bullies. What does that have to do with my master? Fucking fiendish. You just hit them with the fucking... Yeah, I think Johnny Truant was real. I think Johnny Truant was there the whole time. And you know what? Johnny Truant did have a good ending. And there was absolutely nothing wrong with that. Johnny Truant lived, and he, like, got off drugs, and he lived happily ever after. And that's how House of Leaves ended. And there was only ever one narrative layer in House of Leaves. Umineko is fucked up because it has 3 layers of narrative, I think. But fucking House of Leaves has 7. It's so fucking stupid. I love it. It's fucking unending. There is no other piece of fiction that will confuse me with narrative layers. I've survived House of Leaves. I forget Johnny Truant's mother's name. It was something like Philomena or like something like that. She's the one who wrote Umineko. I remember I used to bring House of Leaves with me to a job I worked, and I used to leave it there. And every now and people who knew me would picked up my book and just like flip through the pages, and they're like, "Pier, what the fuck are you reading?" And I'm like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just reading my book. Just reading my fucking book." What does that have to do with my master? You don't understand anything about Burn. No matter what kind of ruthless, cruel, horrible scum Burn might be, I want to be the one person who knows what she's truly like. I've never read Ursula Le Guin. Sci-fi is not really something I've dipped my toes into at all. But I don't know. I read like one book a year, and that's enough for me. The last book I read was Blood Meridian, which was pretty good. Though I had to fucking Google all the time because the vocabulary is really freaking tough in that book. It's super fucking tough. And I'm usually really good with vocabulary too, and that's why it fucked with me so bad. I want to be the one person who knows what she's truly like. And the same goes for me. I feel like that's fucking hilarious. Umineko is like the exact opposite of effective text. Umineko is let's just keep writing so much until it becomes good. Through pure miracle. I think that kid, as a fellow survivor from hell, is the only one who can understand what I'm truly like. It sounds like you're jealous of the relationship we have, but give it up. The hell you think you've trudged through is nothing more than a blink compared to the one we crawled out of. I want to know what kind of hell Lambda was in. This time, Erica was probably the one being mocked. The discouraged expression on her face clearly showed that she couldn't accept Lambda Delta's words. If you'll pardon me for saying, I think it's the depths of the hell that's important, not the length of time spent there. Oh, you think so, Witch of Truth, Erica? I don't know what kind of hell you were in, Lady Lambda Delta, and I'm sure the time I spent in hell was nothing more than a blink compared to yours. However, I don't think the depths of my hell were any shallower than yours.
In part, to celebrate your victory, I'll listen to what you have to say without arguing back.
From my point of view, both the hell my master fell into, which could be escaped from with a miracle, and the hell you fell into, which I don't know about, but could be escaped from with certain willpower, or hells made to be escapable. That's pretty bold coming from you. I am the Witch of Truth. Fuck your truth. My hell was nothing more or less than the truth. When faced with the harsh reality of truth, no sort of willpower or miracle matters. I reached this place by overcoming that truth. I don't believe my power of withstanding the truth is in any way inferior to you, to yours, or my master's. So what is this power to withstand the truth? Those who don't know cannot understand. Perhaps you two couldn't become witches of truth because you couldn't bear to look at it directly.
Whatever the fuck you say, Eric. You're full of fucking shit and I know it. You just became a witch like fucking 3 seconds ago. You think I'm gonna believe any of the fucking shit you say? Oh, I'm fucking rotten in hell. Calm the fuck on. I mean, oh, sorry, Erica. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. I'll forgive you for those impudent words. Letting them pass with a slight nod is my present to you for your recent victory.
Thank you very much, great Lady Lambda Delta Star. Oh, that's unusual. It's rare to spot you two getting along. At some point, Barncastle had appeared on the opposite balcony of the cathedral. Erica, noticing her, cried, "My master," happily, and dashed over. Lady Lambda Delta was telling me old stories about you. A tale of miracles fitting for my master, the Witch of Miracles. Oh, I'll forgive you just this once. Huh? Never speak of my past, again. A grimace rose to her face and blasted Erica's good mood away. Then she understood. Castle was also a witch running from boredom. If it caught up with her, she would remember those never-ending days of hell. This is proof that even my master still hasn't gotten over the pain and fear of hell. It means that she lacks the willpower, or she lacks the power to withstand the truth. For the first time, Erica felt just a little disdain for her master. My apologies. More importantly, why have you come to a place like this? I was looking for you. I wanted to give you a reward. A reward? Really? Thank you very much, my master. Oh, wow, I'm jealous. What are you gonna give her? First, I acknowledge your ascension as a true witch, not just a temporary one. She is pathetic, though, right? 100%. She's such a hanger-on. A total toady. She just wants Burn to like her. And get spoon-fed all these shitty all these answers to these riddles and all these quick, easy way outs of problems. First, I'll acknowledge your... Okay, already. I'll be your guardian. Witch of Truth, Furudo Erika. Thank you very much. All you did was remove the temporary bit. How happy can she be with a reward like that? You've got to want something more spectacular than that, right? No, that's not true. I'm very happy already. You know what she sounds like? She sounds like fucking Natsui. She sounds like Natsui, like, talking to Kinzo. Like, oh, yes, Kinzo, you're so fucking cool, and I love you. And you would do nothing wrong, ever. Even though Kinzo is actually the real reason why all this shit happened, not fucking Battler. If Kinzo was just a good dad, the Yoshiro Miyas would have been chill as fuck. Real theory. Beatrice blamed the wrong fucking person. Of course, on the inside, Erika did want another present. Mimicking Lambda Delta, she looked at her master to see if any further rewards would be coming. It's like that fucking, like, the picture of, like, the sci-fi, like, solar punk future. Yeah. I do have another. Burncastle snapped her fingers. Ew, is this when she marries Battler? As she did, a cloud of gold butterflies gathered, and summoned Battler sitting in a throne at the center of the cathedral. Of course, his eyes were blank. He was still a shell of himself, his heart trapped in the closed room that he would never be able to escape from. That man is your reward. Like, my reward is Battler? Oh! Oh, I see. You're saying you'll make it so that Erika inherits all of this game board's territory. That's right. Look at Battler's finger. He's wearing the ring of the one-winged eagle, symbol of the territory lord. If that becomes yours, you'll become the official lord of this territory. I don't mean you'll be under my charge. In name and reality, this territory will be yours. So I need to take that ring off Battler's finger? Oh my gosh. Don't be stupid. There's only one ceremony where a woman gets a ring from a man's finger, right? Ergo, take Battler as your husband and become the wife of the territory lord. Take Battler as my... Yeah, that's right. If the territory lord is never to wake again, he'll need a partner to serve by his side in his place. This is like a reverse of Beatrice falling asleep and having to be revived. Maybe that's why Kinzo got the gold in a way. Maybe Kinzo married Beatrice. In other words, you will control this territory.
So we'll hold a wedding and exchange rings. Battle's territory lord ring will become yours.
In exchange, you will put a ring of subordination on Battler's finger. Yeah, I feel like Ryukishi is definitely a little critical of marriage. Child brides, unhealthy relationships, cheating. Like, just toxic relationships in general. Like, Kinzo's obviously was in a toxic relationship with whomever his wife was. It's always that transactional idea. It is so fucking peak. In exchange, wait, I already read that. You will control and humiliate him forever, and create as many tales however you like using this territory and game board. Territory Lord Furudo Erika. Any tale you wish will come true. The Territory Lord is God. Congratulations! You're going to become the god of this small but wonderful world. Is that true, my master? Will I become this world's god? That is the final reward I will give to you. I hate that face too. It's so fucking fake. Take Battler's ring and create your own world. I feel like every character in the Answers arc became like very :3 coded. When that happens, you won't be my piece anymore. You'll be your own witch, and a splendid one at that. Congratulations, Lady Veronica. And one day you must welcome me when I come to visit, just like Beato once did. Yes, my master. Umineko of Battler was cute coded. There could be no greater honor. And I'm starting to like this marriage thing. If you think about it, there could be no greater disgrace. After all, that Beatrice has apparently grown a desire to serve Battler and be liked by him. In the world that Witch created, I'll marry, defile, and humiliate Battler. Oh yes, I understand. I so understand how painful it feels to have the one you love stolen away from you. And now, I'm finally the one dealing out the pain. Truly, there could be no greater honor. I'm glad you like it. I knew it was the one present you'd like the most in the world. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God, she's so gross. My master. Erica leapt down from the balcony and walked briskly towards Battler. This episode has two of the most iconic Umineko scenes. Oh my gosh. Then she peered down at the reward she had been given. Now, isn't that a wonderful finale? You'll have a wedding, right? Of course. Magnificent one. A perfect way to end Beato's game. Of course, you'll send Beato an invitation too, right? Let's hope she actually comes. Yeah. Okay, things are going to get busy. We have to prepare for the ceremony, make programs, send invitations. Don't forget the wedding dress and a cake! And you need to get things ready for the reception. The two witches disappeared, cackling. Only the two who were to be wed remained in the cathedral. And the priest. What priest would sanction this? Nanjo?
Oh, yes. I'm an ordained minister. I'm a Shinto.
No, Natsui is the Shinto Miko, though. Maybe she would do it. Ugh, I hate Nanjo. I hate George. This is another child bride, by the way. I think Furuto Erica is supposed to be 17, if I remember correctly. Can you hear this, Battler-san? Everybody sucks. Do you realize what's gonna happen? What's about to happen to you? Damn it. Battler's consciousness wasn't completely gone. It was very distant, but he was still faintly tethered to reality. And that was what made it cruel. It was as cruel as though the spider called Erica had wrapped Battler up and was eating him while he was still conscious. Ooh, that's really good writing. Now, I love fucking, like, shit like that. I love me a good little personification. That's not a personification. That's like I think that's a metaphor. No, I'm not gonna say that. I don't know anything about fiction. Not my circus, not my monkeys. No, she might have been like a certain kind of wasp. It was the cruelty of paralyzing her prey while it still lived, so that she could save him for later and eat him. In other words, her cruelty was that of a predator. You can't get out of that closed room. After all, you used that red truth to show that it was closed. So don't worry, just let yourself be trapped in there forever. Because while you do, I'll be giving your body some good, long humiliation. Let's have a mirror in our... What? I don't like where this is going. That way you can see just how you're being humiliated with your own eyes. I really don't like that. Ooh, I really, 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 really don't fucking like that at all. I actually am horrified by that. I love how you tried not to fucking trip the auto mod there. Wait, this is where I use the tuber word that she's gonna R word him. Ooh, that's really upsetting for me. Okay. She's gonna... Oh my god. I'll be right back. I think I'll get a couple beers. I have to pee. I haven't taken a break in like... I don't think I've taken a break since I started this stream. Because I think I had 2 beers when I started. Yeah. No, I think I had 2 more. I don't remember. Whatever. I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. I have to pee too. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's kick ass. Oh, wait. I might have to fucking stream tomorrow. And let's have a birdcage hanging from the ceiling. We can stick your beloved witch, Beatrice, in there. What do you think? Wonderful, isn't it? Yeah, I understand. This is how sweet it is to be standing on the other side. It makes you pregnant, okay? As he listened to this mad laugh, Battler couldn't even bring a distressed expression to his face. His heart was still trapped in the closed room he had created. I'm a baby. Oh my fucking god, what the fuck? Okay. His body and soul would soon be trapped within a new closed room of Erica's. Ew. A closed room called marriage. That's so fucked up. The old ball and chain sounding ass. What the fuck? Okay. Marriage is a closed room. Oh my god.
Hey, did you hear, Furfur? I sure did, Zepar. Lord Battler and Lady Erica are having a wedding.
Their words were so similar to their usual shtick that Beato had to ask them to repeat it again. Ooh, jealous Beato. That's really fucking. That's a theme in Umineko. That's like a deep theme of Umineko. But hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. This is the last thing you want to do. Beatrice is gonna kick ass this episode to make sure Battler gets out of this. What do you mean?
As you know, the territory lord of this place has had his heart sealed away and cannot speak. It seems the beautiful Lady Erica is going to become his wife and support him in his work.
This is so fucked up. The two demons explain the situation in a very simple yet dramatic way. I know what's going on. They're planning to take advantage of the fact that Battler's heart is sealed away. And use marriage to lock up his body as well, so that they can steal everything away from him. Henry VIII is a witch of the Senate. He overcame the closed room of marriage by challenging the Catholic red truth. You can only get married once. Protestantism is the blue truth. Truly. So they can steal everything away from him. At this rate, Battler's position as game master, his territory lord's ring will be stolen away. That little thief thinks she can do whatever she wants. Let's steal him back. This doesn't concern me, but it affects you, then it's my business too.
Just stealing his body back won't do you any good. After all, the great Lady Barncastle has already signed the marriage certificate as a witness. Fuck you. With the Great Witch of the Senate serving as witness, no one can dispel that union unless one of the pair wills it.
So as I thought, unless I can rescue Battler-san's heart from that closed room, I can't wait to watch her rescue him. That's gonna be the greatest Battler-Beatrice slop of my life. Little does she know. Sorry, Beatrice the Elder, you aren't on meta level. I don't think you're ever gonna be on meta level again. Well, maybe not until the end. There's no way we can save him.
Then find a way to rescue him from there. You're going to steal away the bridegroom? Ah, how wonderful!
If you can do that, it would make for a tale beautiful enough for the opera. However, this closed room sealing battler is quite difficult. The only way out is the door. Winchester theory is so fucking dead. It's so dead. World's deadest theory award. And if the chain is unset, his escape will not be accepted.
And on top of that, the chain can't be set from the outside.
I know, it's so it's been dead for so long. The more likely theory is that the theory that I like a lot more, because I've been thinking about it a little bit, is that Kuadorian is the mansion. That's another really cool theory I like. And it feels like it's necessary to use that to maybe even find Battler's escape here. And that's connected to like rib theory shit and all kinds of things.
And now there's no one left to switch places with him. We cut all their fucking heads off.
No matter how you look at it, we're stuck. If we give up, we won't be able to save him. I'm so fucking perplexed having to do two Beatrice's voices. I've been giving Chick Beatrice like a slightly different voice. Like a little softer, but still. I'm so freaked out by the fact that she still wears her dress though. The only way we can save him now is to keep thinking. Though Beato looked as though she was about to burst into tears, she clenched her fist tightly. She was so frustrated with her inability to think up any brilliant plan that her heart felt as though it would burst. Zepar and Furfur, you too are known for being among the most powerful of demons. They say your magic can make the impossible possible. Couldn't you use your power and knowledge to work out a plan for crushing this impossible closed room?
Yes, love can accomplish any possible thing. If you can't accomplish something, it means you lack enough love.
Hearing that hurts. Oh wait, hearing that hurts.
But we're moved by the strength of will that prevents you from giving up. Because you have that, we're sure you can bring about a miracle. Eventually.
Could you at least give us some sort of hint about that miracle? We've known each other for quite some time. Can't you at least give my little sister a hint as a parting gift?
We already did. We are always giving out hints. Without love, they cannot be seen.
The hidden doors cannot be seen, simply. Yes, I feel like the final boss of this game is fucking Occam's Razor. I've talked about Occam's Razor before. The simplest answer is the most likely. Yes, we can't see, which is why I'm telling you to show us. These two are always like this. You'll never get bored, but they can be very irritating at times like these. Zepar and Furfur certainly were demons who possessed a great power. The power of love that they bestowed had created several miracles in the past. Miracles so great that they left marks on human history. However, those miracles were never given easily. They would give trials, tell riddles, and sometimes help the truth be realized. so that those who desired power could create that power themselves. No matter how pitiful the eyes that looked up at them, the two demons would never lend their power out of pity. As it is with gods, so it is with demons. They help those who help themselves. I understand. I'll think about myself. I will certainly. See, demons, look at this modern, pure-hearted girl. What is that face? Okay. As the demons of love, don't your hearts hurt even a little? Let's have a hint. Or could you at least give us a hint to a hint? Zepar and Furfur looked at each other. Of course, there was no pity on their faces. However, it could be seen that though they did find the problem amusing, they were considering what they should do next.
What will do, Furfur? What'll we do, Furfur? Can we just give a hint to a hint?
Yes, that will do nicely, so let's have it.
Okay. Here's a present from Zepar and Furfur. A hint to a hint of love.
But please, you can't see the answer.
Because you don't have enough love.
I would love to see a fucking hidden door right now and prove Winchester theory correctly. But I feel like that's not happening at this point. I'll be reading the last line of episode 8 and I'll be like, guys, don't worry, there's actually plenty of secret rooms in the fucking Ushiramiya mansion, guys. Don't give up. Don't give up hope, guys. It's just like the Winchester Mystery Mansion, guys. Remember the guns? The guns, those are Winchesters, guys. That's so connected to the Winchester Mystery Mansion. Pier knows exactly what the fuck's going on. That'll be my last fucking Umineko stream. Just pure, unadulterated copium. Told you, not a hint like that.
And if you don't have enough love, why don't you watch some lovers who are overflowing with it?
What are things that we are only able to be seen with love? That's going in my notes for elaboration. What is something that can only be seen with love? I mean, you're certainly willing to be a lot more accepting of a person if you love them. The blue of the ocean? Yeah. Magic? Magic can be seen with love. Trust, arguably, is kind of built off magic. I mean, Maria sees the candy there because she wants to trust in the magic. She wants to believe in the love. The mirror. The Black Witch. That was really messed up. And it's almost like if you love somebody enough, you can almost see you can recognize that ugly side of them and still the good side. But you love them anyways, right? That's love.
Yes, and fortunately, we have two groups of lovers right here with us. Why don't we take a peek at their fight for love? You should watch over and observe our trial.
I told you! Not a hint like that. Beato the Elder yelled at them, asking for a more tangible hint. However, Zepar and Furfur giggled and ran about like rats. However, Beato took their hint to a hint seriously. Is she gonna get it? Oh, she's totally gonna fucking get it. Now that the Beatos were out of it, the second trial was between George and Shannon on one side and Jessica and Cannon on the other. Tear apart the two who are close. In other words, defeat one of the members on the opposing team. They were allowed to use any method they wanted. It could be a duel, or it could be rock, paper, scissors. The four of them had altered between speaking together, then splitting up and discussing things amongst their teams. And had apparently reached a decision. I'm awful at riddles, by the way, so my chances of figuring out a riddle are slim to none. Zepar, Furfur. Oh wait, why am I reading him? Okay, Zepar, Furfur. Do you have a second? I don't know. I feel like my brain just rolls off pure intuition, and I can't like fucking put shit together like that. Why can only one pair of lovers win? Because only one love is real. Right?
Oh, they finally called out to us. So, George, have you decided on the format for the duel?
No matter how much the two demons cheered the four of them on in a joking manner, their serious expression did not waver. Yes, we've decided to hold a duel. The duel will take place between Shannon and me. What? That's fucking crazy. Okay, that's
surprising. For a one-on-one duel, we would have thought that George and Jessica would have fought, like they did in episode 5.
These guys really wanted it to be them. And they wouldn't listen. As a man, I can't stand being unable to do anything but watch. Because I respect women, which is why I'm marrying a 16-year-old, because I'm George Yoshiramiya. However, Shannon's resolve will not waver, and since I'm such a lady lover, I'll respect her decision. So we have no choice but to respect their decision and believe in them. Cannon-kun, thank you so much for believing in me. I've always thought that if we had to fight each other directly someday, it should be done like this. And we've realized that today is today. Of course, we might have been able to avoid this day. However, now this day has come. So we won't run away. That's right. I'm not running away, so I'll be right here. Me too. I placed my faith in Shannon, so I have nothing more to say. And even if Shannon is the one fighting, our power is one. So we'll be fighting together. Yes, that's right. I'm Shannon, and I'm getting groomed. The line that set me off is coming up? Okay. I'm just representing the pair of us.
If the lovers have decided, even we demons will not butt in. So, how would you like to settle this duel? You don't mean that you want to have a literal duel, do you?
At once, both Shannon and Cannon nodded.
Oh shit, and the method?
It doesn't matter, as long as it's a fight to the death. If possible, we would like it to be peaceful, without suffering. And we would like to avoid wounding each other unnecessarily before one of us dies. How does that work?
Par? We should be the ones to oversee this noble duel. True. We understand, you two. We will propose a noble duel, one that will honor your noble spirits.
When Zepar clapped loudly, a case with an old design appeared in the air and landed between Shannon and Cannon. This is a good track. Oh, are they gonna have a fucking pistol duel? Furfur nodded at them, urging them to open it. Cannon crouched down and opened the case. There were some antiques inside. Ugh. They would have looked splendid hanging on the wall at some classy coffee shop. However, they were not mere decorations now. These are, I see, just perfect for a duel. Yeah, flintlock fucking pistols, okay. Inside the case were two dueling pistols. Ancient, like the kind used in the Middle Ages. They didn't use these in the Middle Ages. They had arquebus in the Middle Ages. This is more like 16th century, actually, I think, maybe. I don't know, weapons aren't really my shit. Yes, this was a dueling pistol case that only those who wished for a fight to the death were allowed to open. Making Shannon and Cannon fight each other to the death in a fucking pistol duel is really, really fucked up, by the by.
They have one bullet each. As you requested, we've imbued them with magic. They have magical bullets, which will bring certain and painless death, no matter where on your body they hit.
Oh, cool. Thank you very much. You are most merciful. What if we both miss?
Normally, that would be a draw. However, such a thing is not allowed in our trial. If you both miss, you will come back and we will give you new bullets. This will repeat until one of you is dead. I have no objections.
Come on, Cannon. Come on, Cannon. Me neither. I'm glad. This means we can finally... I don't want George to win. I know I think Jessica's Beatrice and whatever, and that's neither here nor there thing. I just don't want to watch George win. Settle this.
Ushiramiya George, I recognize you as Shannon's, no, Seagulls witness.
Understood.
Ushiramiya Jessica, I recognize you as Cannon's, no, Yoshia's witness.
Whatever it takes to keep George away from his child bride and his bullshit pedophile happiness. PDF file. Sure.
We are responsible for this duel. It is our responsibility to see that this duel reaches a decision no matter what.
They're dueling in the fucking Golden Land? When Zephyr and Furfur cried these words out, the whole area was blanketed in a gold-colored light, and when it cleared, it had become the rose garden where the golden roses bloom. What the fuck? Okay. A duel over love, is it? How old-fashioned they are. I've seen many duels with pistols during my 1,000 years, but I have never seen one like this. Because it's being overseen by demons. No. A duel over love is usually a fight between two people both in love with the same single person. Okay. However, here we have a pair of lovers fighting another pair of lovers. This is quite odd. I'm sure it's because they want a miracle of magic. It seems we cannot be successful in love without such a miracle. Ellipses. Do you know the minimum number of people needed to create a universe? Huh? No, I don't. 2? Shannon and Cannon each took a pistol out of the case, returned to their respective witnesses, and checked the weapons over. They're actually having a fucking Western, like, 18th century ass duel. Okay, this is really fucking sick. Then, when they both decided that there were no problems, they checked once more to make sure their opponent was prepared, and nodded to each other.
If there are no problems, let the duelists stand back to back. Then, walk the decided number of steps away from each other. Then, the duel begin on our signal. Zephyr, how many steps should they walk?
Like, at least 10?
Good question. Well, maybe we should choose a number that's closely bound to this duel. A number closely bound? What number is that?
2?
It's a number we know of well. 117-1129.
Wait, that's not it.
It's the number of which has been repeated over and over again since the time this tale began. 2. That number is 19.
Okay. That's an interesting number. I like it. It's a good number to settle everything with. What does that mean? It's like the whole thing with Battler. How old is Battler actually? How old is Jessica really? And I'm still not over the idea that Battler actually is fucking mind consciously controlling everything here. I don't really buy the whole thing. I don't know. I feel like Battler's kind of weakening his position as Game Master on purpose to tell this fucking story. You don't think he's controlling this aspect? Okay. It's a good number to settle everything with. 19. Whenever the illusion of a 19th person was seen on this island, on which only 18 people were supposed to be, this number was used to refer to the witch. It was the number of years needed to create this tale. It was the number of years it took to reach this unavoidable day. Oh, we see the fucking gates of Kuadorian? Really? They're gonna do that to me? And it was the age of the true territory lord of this world. 18 is less than X is less than 19 is greater than 19. Or 18 is greater. Oh fuck, I can't do this. 18 is less than X is less than 19. That's how you do math. They'll stand across from each other, then walk 19 steps and shoot. That's pretty far. At that distance, the first one to shoot won't be necessarily be the winner. Battler gave Maria the letter. Fuck it. I don't care. Beatrice gave Maria the letter. If one of us shoots him first and misses, that will probably be the end for them. And if it hits, this easy game could be won without even getting a scratch.
Well then, duelers, stand with your backs together.
Shit. Cannon is so skinny, I feel like he has an advantage here. Shannon and Cannon slowly walked towards each other, facing each other. Once they turned away, they wouldn't see the other's face again until they killed them. Ooh, I love that. So this face-to-face meeting would never happen again. Thanks for everything. Getting to have a little brother like you was fun. Thank you for letting me be me. Oh no, this is sad as fuck. Thank you for showing me the color of in the world of gray. Oh no! Thank you for showing me the color in the world of gray. He didn't say that to fucking Jessica though. He said that to Shannon. Isn't that interesting? You think he'd say something like that? I'm so fucking sold on Jessica Beatrice. I'm so fucking sold. Why were we born? I wondered. It would have been better if we died right after being born. Is father referring to Battler? Oh, Battler is the Cliff baby. I don't want Battler to be the Cliff baby, though. I want Battler to be Kyrie's son. That's father's sin, isn't it? Yeah. So he can just die. Let them all die. Yeah. Everyone will die. It'll happen very soon. And right after, everyone will revive and we'll be able to see them again. We aren't birds in a cage anymore. We will finally leave our cage and fly off to our separate worlds. I should have had a duel like this with you long ago. Surely, today is the day. Yeah, it's today, October 5th, 1986. The fated day. The day one of us will die. Or maybe we'll both shoot at the same time and both die. That might not be so bad. Even that wouldn't be bad at all. Right. After all, even if that happens, our loves will surely be made complete. Did we really need to have this duel? No. We did. You said it yourself. We should have done this much sooner. I think these are just two fucking teenagers who have no fucking who have no confidence in themselves, and who are just deciding that maybe killing each other will be the best way to show that they love the person they love. I don't fucking know. Right. Because to me you are just in the way now. Just in the way now. Wait, I'll be right back. Give me like 2 minutes. This is like a nice place to take a quick break. Hold up. Time to keep fucking losing my mind. For the first time, the intent to kill flashed through the eyes of both. Okay, Jessica's definitely Beatrice. Shannon's never had the intent to kill before? Yeah. Why? For what reason? Why must such a day come for this pair that seems so much like siblings, connected by a bond different from love? It was a great mystery. As a great mystery, as great a mystery as the question of how this could be the key. Don't use that word key, that's really triggering for me. As a great mystery as the question of how this could be the key. Where else have we seen keys? Oh wait, the epitaph of the gold. Oh yeah. Towards unlocking Battler San's closed room. If I watched over this duel instead of running away, will I find the key to solving that closed room? I will, right? No, they haven't explained the epitaph yet. Zepar-san? Furfur-san? What? The wedding? The cathedral was beautifully decorated for the wedding between the territory lord, Lord Battler, and Lady Erica. This is like the least Umineko song I've listened to so far. How are they gonna have a boom clap in a fucking Umineko song? That's really throwing me off. A crowd of guests wearing goat masks filled the cathedral, waiting for the arrival of the bride and groom. As befitted for a demon's wedding, it was neither solemn nor quiet, but cheery and noisy, brimming with activity. Oh, I haven't seen you two in ages. I wonder how Beato is doing.
I hear she's gone to see Zeppa and Furfur.
Since that powerful pair controls love, it could force even a demon king to retreat. I do hope they prove to be helpful in some way. I know all about those two. I think you know well as me that they won't hand over their power easily. True. However, that is precisely why they are capable of granting a power that can lead to miracles. At any rate, if we can just free Battler-kun's heart from that closed room, we should be able to manage something here. Wait, I don't know. Virgilia, Kumasawa, and Goda are all still alive. Just saying. You guys need to figure out some magic so you can let Battler out of the fucking closed room. I don't know, not Virgilia, Kumasawa, you should totally figure that out. Closed rooms are your favorite, are they not, Gap? Can you think of any tricks? This is a nasty one. Battler and Erica have been dropping red truths all over the place. You can say for certain that it's impossible to escape from the inside on one's own. So, after all, the only way is to have someone else trade places with him and set the chain. If someone does appear like that, saving Battler should be easy. There's a full 11 people, right? Or maybe 12. I don't know, it's really fucking tricky. I'm getting so Umineko'd right now. Those 11 are sealed on the second floor of the guest house. If we could somehow slip them out of there... I see. Solving the problem with Battler-sama's closed room is equivalent to solving the problem of either closed room on the guest house's second floor. Exactly. Limiting your thoughts to just Battler's guest room would be like getting trapped in a mental closed room of your own. Okay. Okay, so what needs to happen is that Beatrice needs to find a rocket launcher, shoot it through a window. Oh wait, that breaks the closed room. That shit had me looking at my ceiling for a goddamn second. I swear to Christ. The closed room we need to break open to save Battler isn't the guest room. It's the closed rooms in the guest house. Oh, that's the wait. This is the first time we've seen Dlanor with the glasses, because the only time we had seen it before was in the fucking tips of episode 5.
Most unfortunately, we of the Eisene Jungfrau have been placed in charge of the 2 rooms in the guest house.
I love how she has the grandma glasses too. That's so funny. You guys specialize in seals and barriers.
However, that was quite impressive, Miss Gap.
You realize that the closed room you should destroy to save Battler is in the guest house. Yeah, it's very obvious that Battler's actually in the guest house. He can't be in the closed room. That violates with the earlier red truth.
The ceremony will begin soon, but why not reconstruct the scene as a way to kill time till then?
Are you sure about this? Doesn't this violate the obligation of confidentiality you have as Lady Erica's pieces?
That is no problem. Surely, if you first have the seals around the scene confirmed and fall into despair, you will be able to celebrate the ceremony more sincerely. We don't like her. She's an asshole.
That's the real text. How confident. I'll take that challenge. Leah, let's have ourselves a little snack before the ceremony. With that, dear ladies of Izana, we humbly ask that you reconstruct the scene for us. We hear and obey. This is the cousin room.
The next room over has the exact same layout. Carry out your inspection however you please.
This room has Genji, Goda, Cannon, and Kraus, Rudolph, and Jessica for a total of 6 people.
The next room over has Hideyoshi, George, Shannon, Kumasawa, and Nanjo
For a total of 5 people. Don't be stupid, everyone. Who's in this room doesn't matter anymore. We need to find out how to escape from it. You're right. The door and windows are sealed, so we must somehow escape from some other place. You know, so it's like one of the things like where they say, oh, because Jessica's sealed in here doesn't mean that Beatrice is. Whoa. That's gonna be it, right? You know what? I know all about how you heaven people like to use momentum to dodge issues. I actually watched all 2 seasons of Hazbin Hotel, Virgilia. And this, let me tell you, is no closed room. Right?
Please, allow me to speak. I watched Hell of a Boss. Let it be known that the closed rooms in our charge are perfect.
You were in charge of the window seal of Kinzo's room last game, right? Just how did Battler let Kinzo escape from that room again?
That was no fault of Cornelia's. The blame rests on her superior, me.
I feel like Gap is just kind of chill. As far as demons go, she's okay. I just thought Gap was funny because she has like the huge boob window and like that's a thing. But that's a genre thing. I mean, it's just part of this being... She's chaotic. Yeah, I like that. That is true. Plus, she does kick George's ass. Which I feel like is the best part. This is exactly the same as Kinzo's study. It's the windows. This closed room can be broken by the windows. This trick of yours is just plain obvious. How? Lady Erica sealed the entire room, right? That means the entire room is sealed, including the windows. I see. It would seem that we have been misinterpreting the definition of these seals. Closed rooms sealed by packing tape are not impossible to break. What? Okay. They form no prison. That's it exactly. Seals definitely prove that a room is a closed room. However, they don't prove that a room will remain as such. They only prove that the room is a closed room as long as the packing tape is not broken.
We are not trying to deceive you in any way. As long as the packing tape is intact, these are indeed to be closed rooms. Which is all.
And why the windows? Why is it that we can break this closed room with the windows? It's simple. We just tear the packing tape apart and jump out. I don't know what the outside wall of the guest house is like, but it must have enough of a foothold for that girl to crawl up it and stick packing tape on the outside without anyone noticing.
If you break the packing tape, we will immediately know that the seal has been broken. And we have already proven that the seals were intact at the time of Battler's logic error.
True. It's true that, at the time, you proved that the seals weren't broken. Wait, what's not true? I'm sorry. True, she wouldn't immediately know. She would have to verify them, and that takes time. And within that little gap of time, Beatrice can exist. Which is why I think Beatrice is going to be the one that frees Battler, right? Because Beatrice is the manifestation of the rules of the world. And when there's just that little bit... If she left it that much closed room, yeah. That's how you tricked us into thinking that these were closed rooms. The logic of seals equals closed room doesn't always apply. Gap's specialty was dealing with the finishing blow in closed room mysteries. She leaned back and looked down at the short Dlanor, as though a challenge such as this was like taking candy from a baby. Dlanor looked up at her with a bold expression, and sparks flew between them. That would be a cool anime moment if the show was an anime. Or if this visual novel was an anime. What do you mean seals equals closed room is wrong? It's insane. Remember, Liam, which seals did Erica and the others show us at that time? Which seals did they show were still intact? I see. This is the sort of falsification that the great courts of heaven likes to practice.
I cannot let that remark pass. What is your complaint?
Come on. I've been saying it the whole time. It's the windows. It's true that you people use those seals to seal them in. That included the windows. And at the time you added those seals, that counted as proof. So far, so good. You know what? I love how she uses like holes to like dip between scenes. After that, anyone in this room could have done it. Who was here again? Genji, Goda, Cannon, Kraus, Rudolph, and Jessica. It could have been done by any one of them. All they had to do was tear the packing tape on the window, slip out from there, and save Battler. At the time of the logic error, it was proven that the seals were intact. Was it? Incorrect. At that time, Lady Erica only verified the status of the seals on the doors. What is that fucking face, Dlanor? That is so :3 as fuck. That is a good avatar. That is a fantastic avatar. Yes, come to think of it. Time, Lady Erica just showed the doors of the 2 rooms and claimed that the seals were intact for each. She never mentioned the seals on the windows. Is she really gonna be fucked up by a little error like that? Is it that simple? That's correct. It's probably true that the seals on the doors and windows were perfectly secure when they were added. However, at the time of the logic error, you only confirmed the status of the seals on the doors. In other words, since the time Erica left the guest house, it was not forbidden for someone to break through the windows and leave whenever they wished. What do you say? What do you say? I've got you now. I've got you now, haven't I? This is how you do things. Commander Glamour, it's nearly time.
It seems the bride and groom have arrived. This ends our chat. We'll meet again later.
With a happy-looking grin on her face, Glanor turned around. But that must have hit her where it hurts. Gap wouldn't let her get away. She grabbed the other's shoulder. Wait there. Tell us whether or not the seals on the windows were still set with tiny logic error. If you don't, anyone in that room could have saved Battler.
And who do you think would be capable of such a rescue?
Jessica! Doesn't matter who. Then, just by personal preference, I'll name Cannon-kun. No. I don't... No, Gap. No, why? Why is that your personal preference? He seems agile, and hiding his presence is his specialty. Spy cannon. Spy cannon. Okay, because of that logic. That reoccurring motif of cannons. He seems agile, and hiding his presence is his specialty. He's the perfect person to follow after Erica and quickly come to Battler-kun's rescue.
Cannon? Impossible.
Impossible. Come now. Why can't we trust what... We can't trust what you say with normal words. Use the red truth. Swear upon that red longsword of yours.
Miss Gap, a sacred wedding is about to begin here. You asked me to draw my sword
In a sacred place such as this? Oh my god, I just spit on my fucking mic. Okay. That is such a cop-out, Glanor. And even if she says to me that in red that Cannon can't do it, oh, Yoshia can do it, right? That's fair. Maybe I think I'm being a little mean to Glanor. Because Glanor, I think, does want to help. And she doesn't like Erica, definitely.
How inelegant and rude. Let's do this some other time. Goodbye.
It's possible for Cannon to save Battler. After Erica sealed the room he'd left by the window, switched places with Battler-kun in the guest room, set the chain lock, and hid in the closet.
Die to death. Impossible. The window seals were also intact. Of course, this is at the time of the logic.
Fuck, okay. That's really bad. Gap's rapid reverse roundhouse that followed her blue wedge crossed with Glanor's red longsword, and both pointed at the other's throat. The once peaceful mood of the wedding broke apart. Several goat guests whispered to each other, wondering why those two seemed to be fighting. Okay, so you can counter that. Why didn't you just say so in the first place?
Shits and giggles. We thought that Beatrice might eventually reach that thought. Then barge in on the wedding, and with that as the key to Battler's escape. I did not think that you would press us first and force us to show our hand.
You do fight dirty, don't you? You were trying to trap Beato by making her suspect the windows, then turn the tables on her. I can't wait to find out at the end of this game that fucking Goda is trans and that he really just wants to be like a girl with like a red dress and curly hair. And that his identity is valid as fuck.
What else should a human who guards the bride be expected to do?
Why is Blanor being referred to as a human? Oh, I keep making typos, goddammit.
Are you satisfied now? A demon world style wedding is truly vulgar and barbaric. If you would excuse us.
Wait up. You haven't fooled me yet. When you mentioned window seals just now, you were talking about the ones in the room where Cannon was, the cousin room, right? And what about the windows on the next room over? All you've done is shown that the rescue would have been impossible for Cannon. There's still a chance for the humans in the next room over.
How very persistent.
I don't know, fucking Blanor. You never said that Yoshia couldn't do it. We apologize for our rudeness. Oh my god, the fucking Cheester sisters are back. It's been so long.
We are the Cheester Sisters Imperial Guard, in charge of security at this ceremony. I'm afraid I must ask you both for your stamped invitations. Very well. Blanor A. Knox. I am with the bride's party. Here is my stamped invitation. Also, here are my credentials as a bodyguard to the bride.
Confirmed as Chief Knox. Welcome to Lord Battler's wedding. And Gap. I'm with the groom's party. Here's my invitation and... You didn't get stamped at the reception desk, yeah? I came here directly, so I didn't go by the reception desk. It's still unstamped. Why do you always have to do that at times like this? Oh my fucking god, Gap.
Gap-sama, my apologies, but we'll have to ask you to come with us to a different room.
Blanor watched, shrugged, and turned away. Is this a good place to stop? I feel like this is a good place to stop. And then I'll try to be back tomorrow for the wedding. I've hit my 3-hour mark and I'm just kind of tired. Alright, well. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking there's too many good reveals from here on out, and I just kind of gotta like find a good place to take a break. Because there's probably some crazy logic battles incoming. And I'd rather be at the start of a stream, ready to fuck with it, ready to go. And that's probably... Well, I'll try to be back tomorrow. It's tricky because it's Christmas Eve, but I don't think I'll be at my parents' place for too long. Alright. Well, I'll see you maybe tomorrow. If not, probably Boxing Day. Merry Christmas! See ya.